This for my people. This for my people. Yeah, this for my people. This for my people. This for my people. Yeah, this for my people. Fuck the white man, 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 fuck the white man. Painted by the Spanish, did a whole lot of damage. Shit was outlandish, banks got branded. Split up all the families, then shipped across the Atlantic. So many died from the famine. Threw the dead bodies overboard, sharks ate them like salmon. I know you can't stand it, I spit the truth, goddammit. Big business got managed, did you double back? Came to pick up all the blacks. We'll speed up our back, we never got to relax. Pretend to set us free, but then you double back without a crack. The type of games that you play, hey, to keep it real, I ain't going for it. Beat a couple court cases, had a warrant for it. Told my mama if I ever did time, I'ma raise up the whole yard. Had my lawyer like, oh Lord, district attorney added more charges. No problem, I ain't tripping, thumbing through the scriptures. Muhammad said the Lord with you, boy, that's a small issue. Bounce back out the rebound, UPK got the heat now. They done let me off the leash now, teaching in the streets now. A part of Lost Tribe South, but it started in the East now. Look, this for my people, this for my people. Yeah, this for my people, this for my people. This for my people, yeah, this for my people. Fuck the white man, 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 fuck the white man. This for my people, this for my people. Yeah, this for my people, this for my people. This for my people, yeah, this for my people. Fuck the white man, 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 fuck. This for my people, this for my people. Yeah, this for my people, this for my people. This for my people, yeah, this for my people. Fuck the white man, 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 fuck the white man. Painted by the Spanish, did a whole lot of damage. Shit was outlandish, banks got branded. Split up all the families, then shipped across the Atlantic. So many died from the famine. Threw the dead bodies overboard, sharks ate them like salmon. I know you can't stand it, I spit the truth, goddammit. Big business got managed, did you double back? Came to pick up all the blacks. We'll speed up our back, we never got to relax. Pretend to set us free, but then you double back without a crack. The type of games that you play, hey, to keep it real, I ain't going for it. Beat a couple court cases, had a warrant for it. Told my mama if I ever did time, I'ma raise up the whole yard. Had my lawyer like, oh Lord, district attorney added more charges. No problem, I ain't tripping, thumbing through the scriptures. Muhammad said the Lord with you, boy, that's a small issue. Bounce back out the rebound, UPK got the heat now. They done let me off the leash now, teaching in the streets now. A part of Lost Tribe South, but it started in the East now. Look, this for my people, this for my people. Yeah, this for my people, this for my people. This for my people, yeah, this for my people. Fuck the white man, 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 fuck the white man. This for my people, this for my people. Yeah, this for my people, this for my people. This for my people, yeah, this for my people. Fuck the white man, 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 fuck.
You are live now. You're live now. Most High in Christ, man. Just make sure you let everybody know if they have any questions. Give them the number on the. Give them the number as well as any information, man, in regards to the questions that they may have, that they can call in and ask their questions direct. So we all live, ready to go?
You are live now.
Okay, Most High in Christ, man. Let me see. All right, of course, man. We're the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We started in 1969 out of 1 West 125th Street. Our leader is Commander General Yohana, who's been holding down the torch for a number of years. And today, we're gonna get into a very important topic. You know, that our people, seem to be stumbling over all the damn time, man. All over the earth right now, man, people are celebrating this so-called disgusting holiday called Christmas. So we're going to get into why Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians should never, ever celebrate Christmas. First of all, Christmas, the tradition of Christmas and cutting down a tree and hanging it and decking it with gold and silver dates back 3,000-4,000 years ago, right? It started with a tradition that a guy that ruled the earth named Nimrod, right? His mother chopped down a tree that was, I believe it was the evergreen tree, right? And the symbolic nature of the evergreen tree is that it stayed green all year round. So they put together, well, she put together this the idea in the people's mind that after her son died, that his spirit was in this tree. You know what I mean? And she tied a bunch of things into that to keep her regime going, and people absolutely brought gifts and money and other things to her in honor of who her son was. All right? But why is it so disgusting for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to celebrate Christmas? First of all, it has nothing to do with the God of the Israelites, right? It has nothing to do with Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian culture. In fact, if you really study it, modern Christianity derived from what they did over there in England and in the Dutch, etc., where white people celebrated, right? If you pull up, give me Pat Robertson on Christmas. Give me him. Because Pat Robertson is a man that I believe my grandmother used to listen to. So-called, white man that's a reverend. He came out with the actual facts on Christmas maybe about 5 years ago. And what he put out there kind of shocked black people because they never knew that Christmas was associated with so many disgusting rituals. All right? So pull up Pat Robertson on Christmas first, and let's go into what he said. You'll be surprised, and a lot of black people, when they hear, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people, when they hear us bring out these things that have nothing to do with God, they're shocked, because holidays traditionally in this country has been a source for us to like relax and unwind and let go of the pain and suffering that we endure in our day-to-day lives, on the job, in our homes, trying to pay bills, etc. The holiday season is really geared to make us more susceptible to those gods that the pagans had served for so many years. You know what I mean? Your life is hell Monday through Friday. And then when you get 2 or 3 days off, you tend to feel it really good. And then they associate it with something that's supposedly connected with God, you really feel good. So Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people, man, we serve these other gods because of the hell we endure Monday through Friday. And the white man set it up exactly in that regard. You got it for me?
Almost.
The white man, in his construction of religion in our mind, understood that if he give us hell so many days out the week, and then offer us an opportunity to relax and unwind and have fun, have a drink, and have family and camaraderie, etc., that we're going to buy into anything that he associated with that particular day. So that's why Christmas and all the other holidays are really geared around the time where you didn't work your ass off. You know what I'm saying? You're working for the white man 24 damn hours a day. You understand that? And then he gives you a break at the end of the week. You tend to celebrate that and love that day. That's why Christmas means so much to us, because we in hell 365 days out the year. And he gives us one day and we're going to grab hold to it and we're going to love it and sacrifice everything for it, and not even go into the history of what those particular days entail. All right? So today we're going to break down why Christmas is it's one of the most disgusting holidays for Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians to celebrate. First of all, it ties you. If you worship another God that's really not the God of the Bible when you celebrate these days. And we're going to bring out a number of scriptures to support everything that I'm saying. But first, Black people need to understand that the reason you celebrate Christmas is because it was force-fed to you.
That's right.
All right, the white man took your culture, your language, everything that you practiced before your captivity away from you, and then gave you his traditions. And the reason you love him so much, give me Jeremiah 8 and 8 and 40. No, not Jeremiah, but John 8 and 44. Give me that. John 8 and 44 real quick. The reason why we think about this, man, you know, you take a child, man, from birth, man, and teach it something that's disgusting or good. You know what I'm saying? That child is going to be, you know, be accustomed to those things that you teach it. You know what I mean? The child is going to do exactly what you taught it to do and believe in its heart that everything that it's doing is good because its parent taught it to him, right? Believe it or not, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, are the children of the slave master. Everything the slave master taught our great-great-grandparents to do, we follow those traditions today. Because those people 400 years ago, 300 years ago, were totally ignorant, void of any understanding of what their past were or was, and didn't have any hope for the future. So anything that man that fed you, that clothed you, that gave you water and nourishment, right? Anything that he taught you, you embraced. That man is like a father to you. You know, think about adopted children. Think about that aspect. You adopt a child, that child is going to do what? Everything you tell him to do. Everything you ask that child to do, that child is going to do it because you're his parent. Right? Likewise, you take Black people, man, that's in hell and in captivity and show them this white savior. Black people are going to embrace that wholeheartedly and teach it to their offsprings. That's what happened to us in captivity. We adopted the culture. We adopted the way of life, the religion of our slave master without any thought to where these traditions come from. So today we're going to break down exactly why Black people love Christmas and why we love the traditions of America is going to be explained today. Give me that, first of all, give me that John 8 and 44.
In the book of John, chapter 8, verse 44, ye are of your father, the devil.
Go ahead.
And the lust of your father ye will do.
Read it one more time.
Ye are of your father, the devil.
Like the scripture, like what I just said, really is surmised in this one verse. Ye are of your father. Christ is telling you that whatever your father taught you, that's the same thing that you're going to do. What he handed down to you, you're going to push in the earth, man. You know what I mean? As if it's the word of God, because it came from your father, didn't it? Your father's not going to ever tell you anything wrong. He certainly wouldn't lie about God, correct? Your father's not going to lie about God. So you got to believe everything he said. You don't even research what your daddy tell you, man. I tell my girls, whatever I tell my girls, they believe it like the gospel.
That's right.
I tell my children something, they believe it like it was, you know, like the Most High himself said it. And you can't debate them on that after I tell it to them. They're going to believe it, man. And that's what our people have done in this country. We've embraced the culture of our slave master. And this is Christ. If you go up a couple of verses, you will see that this is a black man talking to black people. The Pharisees were Israelites. Christ is speaking to the Sadducees and the Pharisees in this verse right here. And he tells them, read it again.
Ye are of your father, the devil.
Go ahead.
And the lust.
And the what?
And the lust.
And the what?
The lust.
And that's another word that I love breaking down right there. Because in Christianity, in a disgusting ass religion called Christianity, lust is only your desire for a woman with a big old fat booty. Salaki. That's what they call lust in the Bible. your desire to copulate with a woman some damn where. That ain't lust, man. That woman ain't attached to a man, you can have her, okay? But in this aspect, what Christ is saying, ye are of your father, the devil. And at this time, who was running Israelites? Who was in control of the customs and the traditions and the life of every Israelite on the planet Earth? Who was running the earth at that time? Go ahead.
Romans, right?
The Romans, man. They was running it all. And Christ is breaking it down to the Sadducees and the Pharisees who had their heads stuck up all the asses of the Romans, man. They ain't walk without the approval of the Romans, talk without the approval of the Romans, do nothing without the approval of the Romans. Everything that they did, man, was because the Romans was feeding them with gold and silver and women and houses and clothes and a particular status. Much like your T.D. Jakes and your Creflo Dollars. You see that? The same thing, man. You see them doing, they know that T.D. Jakes and Creflo Dollars didn't read this Bible. They didn't heard Commander General Young. You see that? They understand, man, that this Bible is black people business, period.
Right.
That's right.
But they willing to forego all of that because the white man's still feeding them. You see that? So the lust of their father is what they do. They fool the people in believing that this Bible is all inclusive. That we can embrace all these goddamn cultures, including their customs, like Christmas. And somehow the Most High is going to, say, okay, it's all right. Read it one more time.
Count. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do.
So back to the original point. You know what I mean? Black people, man, raised in this country right now, even though it's been 400 years, even though we've been in this hell 400 years, man, black people, for some reason, still believe everything that their slave master taught them. Because of what Christ has proven right here. Ye are of your father. Keep reading.
The devil.
The who?
The devil.
And everybody know, man, devil, by now, because of Commander General Yohana, we know the devil is just a deceiver. It's not some disgusting horned beast in the earth. It's a man walking the earth right now that has chose to take the path of deceiving people and lying and stealing and robbing and enslaving and murdering. Ye are of your father, the devil. Go ahead.
And the lust.
And the what?
And the lust.
And the what?
And the lust.
That word right there is so important, man. That word lust, man, that word lust is like this right here. Despite me showing you that you should never hang a Christmas tree, you're going to do it anyway because you're lust. Oh, man, I got to have a Christmas celebration. I can't. Our family we've always carved a turkey and a spiral ham and ate pig feet and chitlins, man. How can I not do that every year? That's lust right there. Despite the Lord telling you not to eat no disgusting ass pig or no ham, right? Or pig feet and chitlins and hang a goddamn tree. You say, oh man, I can't do away with Christmas. Oh man, that's the time when my family get together and we hug and kiss. That is the absolute plan of the white man, to make your life a living hell Monday through Friday, 360 days of the week, and give you 5 days to bow down and serve his goddamn God. That was his plan. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust, go ahead,
of your father ye will do.
Bam. You're going to do what the white man told you to do because that's your goddamn daddy. While you're sitting up there talking about it's for the kids, man. I personally know it ain't for the kids. You talking to a man that love his kids, man, oh my God, man. It'd be a smile on my face if I had to slit my own goddamn throat so my kids could live. You see that? I'd be happy. You see that? You talking to a man that love his kids, man. But guess what I took away from him? We used to have such elaborate Christmases. I'm talking about thousands of dollars and all kind of food and family over. You know what I'm saying? I love those days, man. I lust for those days. But guess what? I took it all away. I said, no, we can't do no more goddamn Christmas because it ain't of our Lord. It ain't of the Most High. It's something we learned from the slave master. And then slowly but surely, right, they forgot about Christmas. My kids don't even mention that no more. My kids never mention Christmas. In fact, they speak against Christmas. So you never do it for your kids. You do it for your own lust. Read the last part one more time.
Count on one kind. And the lust of your father ye will do.
And the lust of the white man you will do. That's who your daddy is in this country, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. Whether you really believe it or not, you follow the traditions of your daddy. That's the white man. Go ahead, priest.
I got a precept.
Please.
Colossians 2:8.
Give it to me.
When the brother get done with that.
No, go ahead. Give it to me right now.
Come.
And can you hit me up one more time? Water, please. Go ahead, give it to me.
Second Colossians 2:8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy.
You see
and
that
vain
right there? Hold
deceit.
on, slow it down,
That's a
please.
lot.
That's heavy. Beware what?
Beware lest any man spoil you.
You see that? Beware lest any man ruin you, man. You see that? Beware lest any man cause you to be in a position where you're not favorable in the sight of the Most High.
Right.
Beware, let any man spoil you. Go ahead.
Through philosophy.
Through what?
Through philosophy.
And that's what our people are stuck on right now. Some philosophy. Oh, God loves me. He loves me. He knows my goddamn heart. You know, he knows I'm a good person, right? That's all he's looking at. Make sure I ain't hurt nobody, am I? But the Most High said he's jealous of these other gods that exist from these other nations, man. He said, I'm a jealous God. Somebody find that for me real quick. Are you thinking the Lord don't care about what God you serve? Or what religion? That's Exodus 20 and verse 2. The Lord, man, absolutely cares about what you do. Please, give it to me.
Through philosophy and vain deceit, after traditions of men.
Hold on, through philosophy and vain deceit, after what?
Traditions of men.
After the traditions of men. Go ahead.
After the rudiments of the world.
That's right.
And not after Yahushua.
All right, give me Matthew 15 and 1 on that note right there. Stay where you are, Zarak. But you go to Matthew 15 and give me, I believe it's verse, start at verse 1. Because everything that we've embraced in America come from, believe it or not, the many, many different societies that ruled the earth before we was in captivity. You got some, priest?
So like that, when we got the Matt Robinson video referencing.
You got that? Give me that video real quick. Let me show you. Like a lot of our people need to hear it from the white man.
So you are.
We're gonna prove right now that the white man himself is breaking down what the origin of Christmas is really about. Give me that. Turn the volume up a little bit. Start the video over, turn the volume up a little bit more.
We have friends who do not celebrate Christmas because they say December 25th is really a pagan holiday.
A little bit more
While
volume.
I agree that Jesus may not have been born on December 25th. He certainly was born as described in the Bible. How do I respond to that?
Well, in a sense, tell them they're right. You see, the winter solstice a couple of days later was the shortest day of the year, and
Admit what Christmas was, the origins of Christmas was all about. The white man just confessed that Christmas was about lawlessness. There was no law. They totally avoided the law during this one day. And people walked around naked and singing. Walking around naked and singing what they call right now Christmas carols. Like when you see them people walking around downtown during Christmas, usually, I mean, they would traditionally be naked in those days. Instead of being clothed, they would have on no goddamn clothes, man. Women and men walking around totally naked, man. Now this right here is one of the foremost authorities on Christianity, Pat Robertson. He's done his due diligence. He has studied, and you're hearing it right now from a goddamn white man telling you what Christmas really was about. But listen, you're going to follow your lust, just like Christ broke down in John 8:44. You ain't going to even listen to this. You're probably not even tuning me in right now. You're going to still hang that goddamn tree, eat that chitlins, hang the mistletoe, right? The mistletoe was like, okay, if that was a symbol that you wanted to have, screw, that you want to have sex, that you wanted to be raped or something like that on Christmas. That's what the mistletoe was all about. Keep going with that video, priest. Salaki. In the Council of Nicaea, right, when the Catholics came in power, what they did was they went to every other, every other group, right, every other country, and not only did they say you got to bow down to this cross, but they said you got to worship Cedric Borgia, right, and then they would begin their negotiations, right, and in negotiating the terms of surrender, the country would say, okay, well, we got to keep some of our traditions. That's why you have this so many different holidays crammed in American society. Because we're really an extension of the Roman Catholic Church. That's right. Of the British, the English people. All right? So we crammed all of these things in the society, and black people were born in the midst of it all and don't know which way is up or down. So we follow the things that feel goddamn good after serving so many days of hell in this captivity, man. So these people went around the earth conquering societies and forcing them to bow down to that Cedric Borgia and that Christian cross, right? And then they negotiated, and some of these pagan traditions were negotiated as part of this one inclusive religion. All right? Keep going.
You see, if you read in Luke, it says there's a census taken, and
Come. There you go. Stop, man. Listen, man. You heard it from the white man. I'm sure his word's going to be so much more powerful than mine. The white man just admitted, man, Christmas is pagan. It has nothing to do with the Bible. Nothing, man. And black people have embraced this day, man, as if it's, the day to celebrate God himself. When really what you've embraced in your heart is a day to celebrate the devil. A day to celebrate Satan. Right? And a day to make sure that everybody know that ye are still of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do, despite all of the information that's coming out right now. Next year, and in fact, people that's listening to me right now, they're gonna still light that tree and hang it and have a Christmas dinner 2 days from now. All right. Now give me where the Lord said, like people believe in their heart, right? People believe in their heart that they can do whatever the hell that they want, and that the Lord is not going to be affected by it. That He don't care. That you can celebrate, worship, bow down to anything in the earth that you want to, and somehow the Lord is not going to be pissed off at that fact. Give me Exodus 20 and verse 2. Let me prove to you that the Lord absolutely cares about what you serve, what you bow down to. You got something? Go ahead, Maurice.
I got one. This correction is Exodus 20 and 5.
Go ahead.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them.
Hold on. Thou shalt what not? Not do what?
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to
Now,
them.
let me show you this, the implications of what you do when you hang a tree, first of all, and you put gifts up under it. And then you have your children go and grab those gifts in the morning, all excited, man. And the only thing they're fixated on is what's up under that tree. What does a child have to do in order to get a gift up under the tree? Go ahead, Michelle.
That's heavy out of while. And I just want to say that was heavy that you was asked this question about the children. Because when Officer Zarak reads, it's going to talk to you about the children of the fathers.
That's correct.
I'm going to leave it right there, Aaron.
So you're correct. But what is the physical thing that a child has to do in order to grab a gift from up under the tree? Go ahead, Stu.
It had to be good.
That's one of the things. So listen, the scriptures say, don't whore your daughters and don't have your children bow down to idols. All right? You got something, sis? Go ahead.
So if they're good, Santa Claus will come?
That's true. But think about like, listen, man, put this all in perspective right here, right? You didn't geek your kids up for 2 months, right? You can wrap gifts and put them up under this goddamn tree. And what's going on in the hearts and minds of your kids? They excited about what's up under the tree, right? Their whole life is fixated on the tree and the gifts up under it. They ain't thinking about the Most High. All of the celebrations in Israel, right, that the Lord set up was to commemorate what He has given us, to tie Him in to all of our celebrations. Chiefly, He being the centermost thing that we are fixated on. Not some goddamn tree, not some damn gifts, but the Most High. That's the centermost thing that we celebrate in all of our traditions. You know what I'm saying? From the Passover to us fasting, to the Day of Atonement. Everything is about us serving the Most High, loving the Most High, and giving Him the things He requires. You see that? It's not about gifts and trees and these pagan things that have no power to save you or heal you or protect you. You see that? Because the pagans didn't know the Lord, right?
That's right.
Psalms 147 verse 19. Give me that one real quick. The pagan people didn't know the Lord. They had nothing to do with the Most High. He didn't bring them law, statutes, and commandments. So they didn't understand what to serve. But the Israelites, man, blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian people understood who and what to serve at all times of the year. At any given day, man, we understood who our God was. But the pagan people did not. Keep reading.
So you want me to get that Psalms?
Please. No, I want you. Where were you at before?
I was at Exodus 20 and 5.
I want you to stay there. Exodus 20 and 5. Keep reading.
In the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them.
That's the point that I'm making right now. Thou shalt not what?
Bow down thyself to them.
And that's literally what your children do when they grab the gift from up under the Christmas tree. They get on their knees, reach up under the tree like this, and grab that box. You see that? If you don't, let me do it again. First thing kid do, get on his knees. The kid is on his knees. Grab that gift from up under that tree and bow down to the tree. That's the whole purpose of gifts up under the tree. And so you can bow down to the goddamn tree. This evergreen tree that meant eternal life. You see that? The evergreen tree, the tree that never goes brown, it never dies, it stays alive all year round. You got your kids doing what? Bowing down, grabbing the gifts, and being so filled of lust. You see that? At the happiest time of their life is Christmas. You done taught your kids, man, how to be a pagan, man, how to, and you wonder why black people in hell right now, right? That's why, right there. That's why. Michelle, go ahead, please.
Psalm 147, verse 19. You want that precept by the way?
Please give it to me.
He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his commandments unto Israel. Go ahead.
He hath not dealt so with any nation.
And the Lord ain't dealing with no other nation, man. He only dealt with us, man. He only gave us the law, man. That's why no other nation understand what we understand right now. That's why they all made these other gods, the Christmas tree. You know what I'm saying? That goddamn stone over there, them Arabs kiss every goddamn day of the week. That's why they do that, man. You know, and all these other celebrations that's crammed in American culture, in the traditions of America, that we celebrate as stupid as hell as we are. We celebrate the traditions of men.
That's right.
Without any understanding what the Most High gave us, man. And now that the priests and prophets are in the earth, man, in the ISUPK, man, you making a choice right now. It's a hard choice to give up your pagan rituals or return back to the Most High like He required you to do. All right? Any questions, real quick? Anybody want to add anything to that? All right, you got something? Go ahead, priest.
I got a question, sir. So, like, this time around, the year is like the most dangerous. Like,
this time of the year, it is. You know why it's the most? This time of the year, people commit suicide. They go in debt. You know what I'm saying? People tend to, exhaust all of their savings. You know what I'm saying? Go into debt. And then the people that can't give a Christmas gift. I think about some daddy, man, that lost his job 2 months ago. He got 3 kids, man. His kids used to Now, don't leave Black Pete. We're going to get into him as well. We're going to get into Black Pete. But people that, men that's used to, like, think about it. If you was a dad, man, that pride yourself on giving your kids Christmas gifts, and and celebrating these traditional holidays, and you lost your means of income right before Christmas, man, you call yourself. Typically not black men. That's really white men that's killing themselves, believe it or not. Every day in America, how many white men kill themselves every day in America, Michelle? It's 77 white men kill themselves every day in America. Barakatah Yahweh, and they killing themselves in their own goddamn kingdom. Right. I said, look at the stats, man. Even though black men are the ones in hell, white men killing themselves to the tune of 77. Michelle, am I correct with that stat?
Oh my God.
Go ahead, give it to me.
The fastest self-killing, committing suicide group in the world is white men.
Man, are you serious?
Between the ages of 27 and 47.
No, Hebrew.
White men.
No, white men ain't killing themselves.
Between the ages of 27 and 47, These are the men who this world was made for.
Damn.
And they killing themselves faster than anybody else in here.
Damn.
And that's the ages that they go bald at.
Man, hold on. Tell me that number again. I don't believe you. You got to pull up them stats, man. Black people are not going to believe that. You saying, so how many black men kill themselves in America?
We'll pull them up for you all.
So the brother just came out with some hell of a stats, man. And Commander General Yana, Barakatah Yahweh Shah for that brother right there. He came out, he the one sparked me to research me and Mashah. how many actual white men are killing themselves in America versus black men. 77. I think it's like 13 black men kill themselves every day. I don't understand that for the life of me, but 77 white men kill themselves. You see that? 77 of them off themselves every day in America because they lost their job. You know, the stock market crashed. You know, the stock market is at its lowest point in almost in the history of America right now because of this Donald Trump. And it's a bunch of white men about to off themselves because they losing everything right now. Right now, Yahweh Shah, Most High Christ, man. But Slaka, give me Jeremiah 17:4 while you look for that stat, priest. Jeremiah 17:4 while you look for that stat. But don't go too far away from Black Pete. I want everybody to understand, like before America, the traditions of Christmas had a demonic character in it. It had a disgusting figure in it that was associated with, with being the devil and evil. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to show you the real traditions of Christmas. Not just the orgies that Pat Robertson pointed out, right? White people used to roam the earth, man, naked during this particular time where law was suspended. Imagine that. Where there was no rule of law. Walk around naked, and if you saw a woman in the street, you could go rape her. You go violate her. And a man too, if that's what your desire was. White people are, man, I'm telling you, man, we follow the traditions of goddamn devils, man, as Christ spoke in John 8:44. Black people just don't realize it. That's right. We following right now behind the traditions of white folks, and the Most High has turned his back, has stopped even looking at us, man. Ain't even concerned about what we doing. He can turn his face. He don't protect you no more because you serving these other idols, these other gods. You got that for me, priest?
Which one? I got study suicide rate among the white men.
Give me that if you got it. Go ahead. What you say, priest?
I was telling I wanted to die. That's what he said to him, so he can give you.
Go ahead. I need to hear it real quick. Well, give me Jeremiah 17:4 then.
Come, Jeremiah 17, verse 4, and thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thy inheritance.
And listen, the Most High know everything, man. He said, man, you're going to discontinue from your heritage. Keep going. Keep going.
That I gave thee.
That he gave us. Our heritage is not Christmas, man.
That's right.
It's Hanukkah, man. We're supposed to be serving the Most High, man. Everything that we do is ultimately in our celebrations and our so-called religious traditions. It's supposed to have the Most High first. It's about no goddamn gift. It's not about a party. It's about serving the Lord. Keep going.
Come. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies.
He said what?
And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies.
I mean, that's what you're experiencing right now, man. You serving your enemies, man, with Christmas. Think about this right here. In Christmas, like every year they show the videos of black people busting down. What General Muhammad came out with? Doorbusters. A doorbuster sale. All you got to do is say to the black woman, this is a goddamn doorbuster. This sale, listen, I got a TV for $30, a flat screen. That's a goddamn doorbuster right there. You got black men and women lined up a mile around the goddamn store, busting the doors down to get that TV, man. They show it every year on the internet.
All right.
The doorbuster sales, don't they? Mm-hmm. Black people in there, man, wreaking havoc everywhere, beating each other down. I see them fucking up white people, Salakia. White people always getting their ass beat at these doorbuster sales, Salakia. But black people, you tell them you can get a TV for $40, a TV that's worth $250, man, they beating ass to get that TV. That's a doorbuster. Read it one more time, please.
Jeremiah 17:4. And And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
And our heritage, man, is to serve the Most High. Right, give me Exodus 20 and 5 again.
Count on Khan, the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them.
You see that? Go ahead.
Nor serve them. For I, the Most High, thy power, am a jealous God.
You see that? The Most High, thy power. The Most High is telling you, man, that He is your power. You know, despite black men being so strong in so many different aspects, the only way we can really fulfill the essence of our power is by serving the Most High.
That's right.
He just said it right here. Read it one more time.
Count on Khan. For I, the Most High, thy power.
Thy what?
Thy power.
Thy what?
Thy power.
No, thy muscle.
Thy power.
Thy strength.
Thy power.
That's all. The Most High is our power, man.
That's right.
If we don't serve Him, we like a Pee Wee Herman.
That's right.
Well, any nation can take advantage of us if we don't serve the Most High. If we don't serve Him, He ain't our power no more. Keep reading.
I'm a jealous God.
He's a what?
A jealous God.
So if you're serving a Christmas tree, Lord, like, man, they have bowed down to gods that can't save them, and love a thing that is not going to help them at all. The white man has convinced you every year to serve a goddamn tree, to serve an idol, to praise it like it's the Most High. And because of that, He said He turned His back from us. I think that's in Isaiah. Find that for me real quick. General Muhammad brought it up the other day. From there, go to, keep reading, Sloppy. Was that it?
Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children.
You see that? Visiting what?
Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children.
Meaning, like, what you do to disgrace me, man, I'm going to make your children pay for it.
That's right.
You serve all them gods, man, in your life. Your whole life you served them gods and never thought about me. Never read what's in these scriptures. You just willingly follow behind these disgusting monsters, man. These devils, man. You are your father, the devil, like Christ pointed out.
Yeah, right.
You willingly done this, man. So because you done this, I'm going to make sure that the thing that you love, you heard a brother talk about how much he loved his kids. I cut my own goddamn throat for my kids. I promise you, I'd stick it in there, yank it out for my kids. And the Most High know where to hit your ass at right here. And because you have forgotten me, you know what I do? I'll forget your kids. He know where to hit your ass at. You see that? Know where to get you. Keep reading.
Unto the third and fourth generation.
So, man, 4 generations, man. I'm gonna attack your kids for what you did, man. Black people better get this shit together, man. Better get together because your hell will be perpetual. It'll be on your kids, man. You gotta loose yourself of these goddamn demons, man. The stranglehold that this earth have on you, man. This is the society, man, that didn't raise you in their traditions, man. You gotta get rid of Christmas, Halloween, and Thanksgiving. All of these ass holidays. Get rid of it, man. Most High say you're gonna kill your kids, man. To the 3rd and the 4th generation. Meaning what? You got to teach them this right now. That's what you got to do. You got to teach them right now that everything that I learned, that I showed you for all these years, all these gifts, this Christmas tree is Salakia, baby girl. Salakia, little boy, it ain't our culture. I'm going to show you something else. I'll get you gifts every day of the year, every day of the week, goddammit. I'll get you something. But we ain't serving this no more.
That's right.
You know, I'll buy you a gift every week or every month, but when it comes down to these days right here, you get nothing. We ain't serving these trees. We ain't hanging out of this garbage. No more. You got to figure out a system to bring your kids up out of the traditions of Christmas. If you don't do that, man, read it one more time. The Lord said, visiting what?
Visiting the iniquity.
Visiting your inequality with what the Most High put out here for you to do. He going to visit you for that. Go ahead.
Of the fathers upon the children.
Upon what?
Upon the children.
Oh, man, don't take it out on my baby. Oh, you going to hurt my baby for what I did? Man, come on, black people. If you don't, listen, man, you can't tell me you're doing it for the kids. You can't tell me you're doing this for the kids no more. The Lord said He gonna kill your kids for this. He gonna hurt your babies. Come on, Ma. If I reading this right here, man, I'll change my whole goddamn life. He gonna hurt your kids for you serving Christmas, celebrating Christmas, in any capacity. All right. Go ahead, please. You got something?
I got a scripture that go right along.
Please give it to me, Hebrew.
Deuteronomy 4 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen.
Read it one more time.
Depart from thy heart all the days of thy life.
Read it one more time.
Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life, but teach them to thy sons and thy sons' sons.
Okay. Most High in Christ. So you got to think that you got to teach. You got some, priest? Go ahead.
That's heavy precept Ephesians 4. Because previously you read visiting the iniquities. That's a sin.
Right.
The lawlessness.
That's right.
Yeah, about Shimmy Shara B'thar.
Keep going on.
So yeah, keep going. Slocky, please. Come up here for a second.
Me, Alan?
Slocky, sir. What's up? Anybody? Go take that real quick.
Go ahead, Mashal. Keep reading that.
Previously we read visiting, Officer Shawat read visiting the iniquities. That's sin, that's lawlessness. Until the third and fourth generation.
Okay, stop. You got to break that part down now.
Visiting the iniquities of the father.
The iniquity is what? A sin?
Sin.
Right, what is sin?
Transgression of the law. John.
Precept. Let's get the precept on that real quick. You understand?
That's John. First
John 5 and 3, I believe. Let's read that, but keep going.
Okay, visiting the iniquities, which is sin, which is transgression of the law.
Right.
So every time, I don't care how small of a law it is, if it's the law of the Most High, every time I break it, I'm transgressing it, and I cause my great grandchildren, because that's what he's talking about, visiting the sins, the iniquities of the fathers until the what? Third and fourth generation.
That's right.
If I'm the father, I'm the first generation. My son is the second. My grandson is the third. My great-grandson is the fourth generation.
Right.
So what I do as sin today is cause my great-grandson down the road to suffer and to have to deal with that. And to have to deal with that. What this brother, what we do here in this house, Jesse's grandbabies, Nate's grandbabies, have to deal with it if it's not according to the law and the statutes of the Most High.
That's right. Go ahead,
That's a lot, if I may. That's why the Lord, like if you get punished by the Lord, it's your damn fault, because the Lord just said in Deuteronomy 4 and 9 that to teach the laws to your sons and your sons' sons.
Right.
That's how you're supposed to keep the everlasting covenant. Everybody want to think, well, how do you keep it? That's how you keep it. Even though you only lived 70 to 100 years, you teach your sons and your sons' sons.
Right.
That's right. And what will happen, somebody won't even teach their damn son that it ain't even
So, okay, so one particular precept I need. Teach thy child the way they should go. Let's get that precept, and then we're going to get the other one we just asked for.
Proverbs 28.
Yeah, let's do that quickly. Y'all pulling some excellent precepts, man, and it all stems back to Christmas. You understand? Like we taught our kids that a white man was coming down the chimney to give us gifts, and we came into the truth and found out that was absolutely a lie. You understand? And Christians teach their children not to lie, but they turn around and tell their kids a lie and saying a white man coming down the chimney. I'm gonna pass it back to Captain Bond. No problem.
Slocky. Come. So like this whole thing, man, been like the layers of it, the layers to the traditions that we celebrate in America, you know what I mean? It's like there was a metaphor about the onion. Like you peel one piece of the skin of the onion, and then you start crying. You get deeper into the onion, you start crying more and more and more. And that's a similitude to what we experience in America.
Right.
Like the more we get off into what's been customs for us to celebrate in America, the more it's painful. It's so painful, man, to realize that you've been bowing down to a tree. Really, you've been set up to bow down to a tree, a pagan ritual, man, that had nothing to do with God.
Right.
And he told you that he's jealous, man, and that you should never bow down to these particular rituals. I mean, I want to go to Jeremiah real quick, but we're going to hit a couple more before we hit you with Jeremiah. Give me what Christ said in Matthew, the 15th chapter. All right? And this is what we've begun to do. And understand, like, the guts of all of it is to separate us from our God. Because the devil know he only have a short time. The work that we're doing right now shortens the success of the devil. Like this class right here, all y'all participating, all the precepts you bringing out per Christ, man, and per what the prophet said, man, is shortening the span of the rule of the white man, of the devil. Go ahead, priest.
Come. Matthew 15, verse 3.
We start there. Go ahead.
But he answered and said unto them, why do ye also transgress the commandments of God?
Say it again.
Why do ye also transgress the commandments of God?
Now, this out of Christ's mouth. He's asking black people, believe it or not. He asking black men and women, or black men that was in authority at that time. He asking black people, why do you transgress the commandments of God? Why do you do it? We broke down why black people do it already. But I'm going to tell you the commandment of God, that one of them pertaining to this topic God is talking about. We just went over. Give me Exodus 20 and 5 again.
Come. We're in the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
For thou shalt not bow down thyself to them.
Man, you shouldn't bow down yourself to any of these idols. Give me verse 4.
Verse 4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
Read it again.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
Read it again.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
One more time.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
Now, somebody give me a definition of a graven image. Even if you got to go to the dictionary, what is a graven image?
Graven image, an object of worship carved usually from wood or stone.
Read it one more time.
An object.
No. Okay, before you give me the definition, read for me the verse one more time.
And thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
And thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. How does a Christmas tree find itself in a home where blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian people dwell? Did it walk up in there? How does a Christmas tree find itself, right, in the home of a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian person? Right? How does it find itself there? Does the tree walk in there and just park itself there? And you know what I mean? How does it find itself in the home of our people? Go ahead, Zarak.
So the tree get chopped down, the evergreen tree get chopped down out of wood.
Yep.
And that's how it get dragged into their house.
And black people go either chop it down themselves or they go purchase it from someone that chopped it down. Right? So it's the making process of a graven image. And then this thing is associated with what? God. In Christ. Come on, man. They fooling you and trying to, listen, what they did was they told you that this was associated with Christ, so you would do it, so you would believe it. That's how dumb our people are. Because at this point, 400 years later, it's just goddamn dumb and stupid. With all the access to the internet and education and information, right? It's so stupid to still grab that tree and drag it in your house, stand it up, deck it with gold and silver, and place idols up under it. So you got an idol and idols. It's so goddamn stupid, man. Black people still doing that to this day. Go ahead, priest.
So, sir. Salakia, sir, I got a question. Is that why the Lord called us the lost sheep?
Man, yeah, because we slaughter. We for slaughter. You know what I mean? We'll follow anybody, man. A sheep will follow anybody. You pet a sheep head and give it some grass, it's gonna follow you. They gave us some pig crap and neck bones, man, and some other stuff we call delicacies to this day. We follow them. I mean, it's a shame right now, man. You should be ashamed, Grandma. You still falling behind them same old disgusting traditions. Go ahead, Michelle.
Come. You asked earlier, does the Christmas tree just stumble, bumble, find its way into our house, right?
Yep.
Scripture say, in Jeremiah 10, verse 3, for the customs of the people are vain, for one cutteth a tree.
Don't give me that one yet, priest.
Oh my God.
I don't want that one yet. I was getting there. That's one we usually go to first. But I wanted to get the people like where we left off at Matthew, what Christ was saying. Give me Matthew 15 again. I wasn't finished with that.
Come. You said it was Matthew 15 on one?
Come. Matthew 15 and verse 3.
Come, got it. Matthew 15, verse 3.
Go ahead.
But he answered and said unto them, why do ye also transgress the commandments of God?
So the commandments of God say, man, don't make a graven image. Right? Exodus 20 and 4. Give me that real quick.
God. We're in the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
Read it again, Michelle.
Come.
Y'all got to stay with me, priest. All right?
Come on, God.
The phone is climbing.
Okay.
Here we go. But he answered and said unto them, why do ye also transgress the commandment of God by your tradition?
Read it again.
And he answered and said,
Michelle. Go ahead.
God. The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
This image that you got up there right now, is that Kudash Dabar? It shows children bowing down, doesn't it? Can you show that to our audience?
They can see it right now.
They can see that Most High in Christ. So like when our children get on their knees and grab them, like think about if that child was reaching for one of those gifts, right? That child, you know what I mean, would be symbolically bowing down on their knees, reaching for something in a gesture of like prayer or worship. You understand that? Where you got to get on your goddamn knees and grab something from under some pagan thing, right? Lord, consider that disgusting, man. That ain't our traditions. And whether in your heart, like black people always think it's about their goddamn heart, man. And we always need to go to the scripture. Give me the heart again, man. We go to it so much, I should know about heart by now. Give me the heart is deceitful, real quick. So black people think, oh man, the Lord know my heart. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna be upset by this thing. He know I'm a good person. And then we're gonna go off into Black Pete. And then just make sure you got the people understanding, man, that they can ask a question. We can get your voice live today, man. If you wanna call in and make a comment about what we're talking about, or if you have a question, give me the phone number.
It's 720.
The phone number is 720 835 5555. One more time. 720 835 5555. If you want to call in and ask a question about Christmas or any other topic, there's a couple other topics that I want to get to, but I really want to address the reason why we celebrate Christmas is because our life is a living hell. That's mainly, chiefly why we celebrate Christmas, because it's the one day that the white man gives us off from the hell. And he set it up that way. He understood that, like, man, if I make black people's lives a living hell 360 days of the year, and I give them 3 or 4 days of celebration, they're going to love everything I present to them. So we willing to bow down. You know what I told the white man Thanksgiving? Oh, man, my crew, we'll come in here and work on your Thanksgiving. You ain't got to include us in Thanksgiving or Christmas. We work in all your holidays if you want us to. Ain't no sweat. We ain't got to, we don't partake in none of that. We will work those days. If you want your plant to run on those days, man, hit me up. We'll work. Go ahead, priest.
So I got that scripture for you.
Give it to me.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 9.
Go ahead.
The heart is deceitful above all things.
You see that, man? Like black people believing like, oh, the Lord know my heart, man. He ain't going to care about this thing. It's for the kids. But your heart deceives you. The Lord is everything he said in Exodus 20, verse 4 and verse 5. He's a jealous God. He's disgusted by the things that you do. Keep reading.
And desperately wicked.
The heart is deceitful above all and desperately wicked. Go ahead.
Who can know it?
Hold on. Say that one part again.
Who can know it?
Who can know the heart, man? Nobody know your goddamn heart. Your mind is so filled from 1 hour to the next with so many disgusting things. You jump from disgust to righteousness, man, at the blink of an eye. You understand that? You thinking about some woman, right, and everything she can do to you or for you, and then you're thinking about the Most High, man, in the same goddamn breath. The heart is deceitful and desperately wicked above all. Who could know it, man? Like, if I had your mind on a goddamn TV, it would show me so much disgusting things. If I could plug you up in the TV, 24 hours, man, you know what that would reveal to me? It would reveal to me how disgusting we all are. Because every minute, every moment of the hour, man, your mind, you can change your thought from second to second, man. You ain't got to stay thinking the same thing. And just because you have a thought, does that mean that's who you are? Now, if you fixated on one thought, then, that's who you are. But you change, man, in terms of what's processed in your heart, in your mind. So often that, man, the Lord said, man, I don't judge you based on what you think in your mind. Rather, keep reading.
I, the Lord, searched the heart.
He searched the heart, man, and found it. Man, you think so many goddamn different things all the time. Sis, you understand what I'm saying? 1 minute you're thinking this, the next minute you're thinking that. Then the next minute you're thinking another thing again, and then the next minute you ain't thinking about that no more, but you're thinking about something else. Lord ain't judging you based on what you think. What does he judge you about? Keep going.
I tried the reins, even to give every man.
To do what? To give every what?
Even to give every man according to his ways.
According to his what?
According to his ways.
To what he do on Christmas Day, on Thanksgiving Day, on Easter Day. He gonna judge you based on what you do on those days that the earth is pushing you to celebrate paganism, to bow down to a goddamn Christmas tree. The Lord gonna judge you based on that shit right there. You better believe it. He gonna judge you on that gift you accepted, you know, from the corporation, or because you did such a good job. Here's a Merry Christmas. All right, Salakia, sir. That's what I told him. Baba Kushai, if I may. That's what I told him. I don't do those things right there. And, you know, and listen, Salakia, this human resources coming to me. Wanted to offer me a gift for my service to the company. Yeah, I know I done made you millions of goddamn dollars serving your equipment, etc. But I'm not going to accept your gift. But it's no shade at the company. It's just not my tradition. But Mister, but we did this for. I'm not feeling left out. That's what they said to me. Am I lying?
No, I'll say you're not lying.
She said, we don't want you to feel left out. Oh no, I ain't feeling left out. I don't want to be included. That's the point.
Right.
I don't want to be included in that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not feeling any type of way, but just my name is Hanukkah.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? That's my thing right there. She said, well, we try to do things for the Hebrews and but we don't yoke ourselves with unbelievers.
That's right.
I'm not yoked in this all-inclusive pot. So I cannot accept that. Although I appreciate the gesture and thank you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a fast this day. That's what I did. Because I knew they was having a goddamn Christmas party. I said, fuck that. I'm a fast and show the Lord that I don't care about that. Salakia. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did personally. All right? So, and that's what I encourage everybody to do. Them Christmas party, man, go on a goddamn fast. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a part of none of it. All right? Give me, from there, go to, give me Deuteronomy 12, 29, and 30.
Come. We're in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 12, verse 29. When the Most High thy power shall cut off the nations before thee, Salakia, shall cut off the nations from before thee, whether thou goest to possess them, and thou succeedest them, and dwellest in their land.
And if you dwell in the land of the heathens, go ahead.
Take heed.
Take heed, man. Listen, man. Don't forget this part right here. Go ahead.
Take heed to thyself, that thou be not snared.
Take heed, man, to thyself, to your traditions, to the things that brought you to this point. That thou be not what?
That thou be not snared.
That you don't be trapped. That you don't be hooked. That you don't be embraced. That you don't invite yourself into. Keep going.
By following them.
By doing what?
By following them.
And Christmas is definitely a tradition, man, that we have accepted, embraced, been snared by the other nations. It wasn't what the Lord gave us. Was that it?
Lie, sir.
Keep going.
After that, they be destroyed from before thee.
You know that? Was that it?
And that thou inquire not after their gods.
And thou do what?
And thou inquire not after their gods.
And listen, that's the guts of that right there, man. That we've in Christmas, man, we are inquiring as to the gods of the other nations. We embrace and love, man, and kiss and hold and take to bed with us, man, and wake up with the gods of the other nations on our mind 24/7 in America. Lord trying to sever us from that right now in this class. Well, what we bring into the people right now, man. This thing called Christmas is wicked and disgusting, man. The Lord said, don't be snared by their gods. Read that one more time for me, priest.
Come on. Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 12, verse 30. Take heed to thyself, that thou be not snared by following them.
By doing what?
By following them.
Man, where did we get Christmas from? Did black people make Christmas? Did black people make Thanksgiving? Did black people make Halloween? The black people tell you when the New Year was. The black people tell you what New Year was, the dead of winter.
That's heavy. That's heavy.
Then we tell you that the new was the dead. Because everything in the winter is dead. Then we tell you the new was dead. The white man service and celebrate death because he's a goddamn devil. Right. His job is to kill everything. He tell you the new, according to his traditions, is the dead season. Ours is the spring, when everything is coming to life. See that? Not the dead season, but the new, man. Come on now. That's obvious right there. Likewise, man, Christmas has nothing to do with Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
Christmas has nothing to do with Hamashiach, our Lord and Savior. That's the white man shit right there. We're not supposed to be celebrating that. All right. From there, go to give me 1 Corinthians 10 and verse 28.
So lucky.
Go ahead, priest.
Yeah, just to piggyback on what you said, you just said that, you know, our new year is spring because it means something. It means that that's the time when new stuff grows. They celebrating the dead, right?
That's correct.
And when we go to the tree, I pulled up the origin of the meaning of the evergreen tree. Mm-hmm. Because people don't think about that when they go out and buy these Christmas trees. They don't think of, well, why couldn't the white man get any kind of tree? Why did he pick the evergreen tree? So I got the symbolism of the evergreen tree.
Break it down for me. Go ahead.
I'm going to pull it up on the screen.
Please, go ahead, Bruce.
It says, what does the evergreen tree symbolize? And it says it represents longevity, virtue, and solitude, along with the plums, bamboo trees considered the three friends of the winter. Like in the wintertime, most of the crops would die, and people would have a lack of faith, a lack of everything. They would feel down. All the trees, our crops dead. We hopeless. But when they see that the evergreen tree is the only thing living, now they get to worship in that tree, thinking that it got everlasting life. So they worship an agricultural God, and that tree is their guide. That's what the Celtics did, and the Druids. They worship these evergreen trees.
That's right.
And that's what I.
No, that's correct. That's absolutely right. Our people need to hear where these traditions come from, so they'll know that they have nothing to do with the Lord, like giving the law to Moses. Think about that. Like, if this thing was really a part of anything pertaining to truth, they would have been there when Moses got the law.
That's right.
Christ would have spoke about them at least, right?
That's right.
But if you don't hear them spoken about between those two men, man, they had no place with the Most High. Go ahead, Michelle.
And that would go into what Solomon wrote, vanity, all is vanity. All that shit is garbage.
It's all garbage.
It's all garbage. Sounds good, look good on paper.
Come on, give me 2 Corinthians 6 and 14.
Salaki, I don't want to bump the shop.
Go ahead, Bruce.
I had that 1 Corinthians.
Okay, you got that for me? Come on, give it to me.
In the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10, verse 20. But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice.
Hold on, you see that? The things with the what?
The things which the Gentiles sacrifice.
Now, they cut the tree down. What happens when you cut a tree? You killed it, right? You killed the tree, right? You chop the tree. How many goddamn trees we gonna see on the side of the road? In a week from now. By New Year's, there's gonna be so many dead ass trees out there in the front of the yard, all up the block. How many dead ass trees are we gonna see? 1 second, priest. How many dead trees are we gonna see? Millions of them. Millions of dead trees all over the goddamn continental United States of America and abroad. Read the scripture one more time.
But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils.
To who?
Two devils.
Man, these trees sacrificed to the goddamn devil, man.
That's heavy.
That ain't for us, man. They sacrifice that. They cut that tree down and sacrifices to the goddamn devil, man. Go ahead, please.
I got a question. So,
Please.
So when you was just explaining that scenario about the trees, how many trees we're gonna see? Did that come from like that? Is that where Christmas trees come from as well?
It's a scripture that says, even the trees are gonna rejoice when laws in the earth, when Christ come back. Think about that. White man cutting down trees to cut them down for 3 days and then discard them in the goddamn earth. We used to have a Sabbath year where we didn't chop down any trees. You see that? Or plant any crops. Or take anything from the earth. To give the earth an opportunity to rejuvenate itself. Now the white man ain't doing nothing but what? Digging and planting and digging and planting and taking everything out the earth to satisfy his own lust. To make more money. You see that? Give me 2 Corinthians 6 and 14. And we're gonna get out. We're gonna wrap it up with this scripture.
So we're in the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers.
And this is the part right here that's hard for a lot of us, man. Just coming in the truth right now. It's hard for us to separate ourselves from our so-called family. You know, like what Christ brought was the only family that you have is the people that's in this truth.
That's right.
If she ain't in the truth, I don't care what she called herself, what you consider her to you. If she follow another tradition, she don't legitimately have no right to be yoked with you. Think about that. Read it one more time.
Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers.
Man, come on, man. The Lord is saying, just like Christ dissed his own goddamn mother. His mother was talking about something. The disciples came to him and said, man, shit, man, she outside the camp, man. My brother's right up in here. This is a diss to his own mama. Christ was that hardcore. People think he was all hugs and kisses and loving. He dissed his own mama. Because she was outside the camp expecting him to come serve her. Christ was like, man, shit, who is my mama and my damn daddy and my brothers? It's y'all up in here with me doing this work.
That's right.
Be not unevenly yoked with unbelievers. If she didn't believe, man, Mary wasn't in the truth. That's why the Catholics serve her so much, because she wasn't in the truth. She didn't do what Yahushua did. He dissed everybody for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian people. That's what Christ did. Don't be unevenly yoked with unbelievers. I diss everybody for this truth.
That's right.
Wife, mama, sister, brother, call them up and ask them about me. How many times I done called them in a year? I barely remember their fucking name, to be honest with you. They call me shit. Who is this? What number is this? I send them a voicemail. I don't know this strange ass number. My brother's up in here with me, right? My sister's in here with me right now.
That's right.
You understand that? That's the truth, man. On camera. And my family do watch these programs. I got nothing to do with you, man, if you ain't a part of what I'm doing right now.
That's right.
Period. Just like Christ did. I diss everybody for this thing I'm doing right now. Any other questions? With that, I'm going to turn the class over to priests and officers of Rock for reading the security announcements.
Correct.
Shalom.
Clap it up for Cap.
Security announcements. We are the ISUPK, start out of 1 West, 125th Street out of Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. They need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21, and Malachi 3 and 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew. Ma'ashra, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department. Or teacher, priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Up and coming Holy Convocation, the Feast of Purim, which is February 19, 2019. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. That being said, I'd like to give a courteous salute to the teacher, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yazmatah, dismiss.
Nobody tell you cry. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you are a black man like me.
My whole life was trying to find something to follow. Had loyalty, every man tried to borrow. Felt pain and a lot of sorrow. Got betrayed, so packed, I didn't even have my heart broke. Living confused, about to lose hope. Cops got me on the side of the road like a sideshow. Need an antidote before I croak. Now I'm setting fire to Rhythm Man blues, call this guitar smoke. Rebel with no cause, trying to find the